I wonder if. And we're live. Morning thoughts. I'm not even gonna say morning thoughts. I'm just gonna continue from where I left off. You know what I'm saying? We were doing a live earlier, and we're having some problems again with Spectrum. Let me put it out there like this: Spectrum is the worst internet service in the people in this side of the globe. Um, our lives continuously drop. Spectrum even sent a technician over recently. The technician redid our whole system. The technician even changed out the modem, and still the live continues to drop. So poor service, and I'm sure I pay my bill on time. Matter of fact, Spectrum gets paid by automatic payment, so me not even look and just take out the money every month, and they still can provide decent service. So we are going to look at other options. We don't have much options in my area where I live, and that's a part of living outside of the big city. So we have like, you know, I think AT&T is around here. Somebody told me about Starlink, which is Elon Musk stuff. It's not here yet. We only have AT&T and T and we have Spectrum. So it's gonna be a switch to AT&T for me. I didn't want to switch to AT&T though because me and AT&T did some business back in the day, and AT&T claimed that I didn't give them back their equipment, which I did, and they attached like a $1,500 something to my credit, which I mean that's all gone now. But you know, I was bent on never paying it because I know I'm gonna get them back them equipment. Anyhow, for the sake of this. Or wifey just said she's at the gym working out. She just said, or you can start using StreamYard. But I don't know how the StreamYard live would translate over into YouTube. So, and you know what? For StreamYard too, I can actually start linking up with other people while we're on the live and have them call in and join the live, and you get to see them on the screen as well. Somebody else was trying to tell me to get me to use it, but me, I'm a person who is stuck in my ways. I like to use something that I'm used to, but I promise you I'm going to use StreamYard. As a matter of fact, today, later on today, we're going to go live on StreamYard just because we want to, and we're going to have a couple of people call in who are willing to show their face live on StreamYard, just so we can test out the system, make sure it works, and then from there, we'll probably just be using StreamYard, right? The I forgot her name or the name of her channel, but it's the dating channel that I was trying to promote. She actually said the good thing about StreamYard is when your live freezes or when you drop the live, you can start over and pick up back right where you left off, and it will stream as one continuous live. This can't do this. Me have to call Spectrum disconnect everything. Then I gotta start all over again, and everybody who was here leaves, then them come back. Anyway, now do no long talking. People, listen. I'm gonna finish up the conversation about I'm in Jamaica, Stone Lover, string up figure play, and all these things, and the big body, well, sexy big woman with it up at the bar. Was having a conversation with the man down at the end of the bar. I was telling my sisters earlier, I said sometimes God send you the right man, but you don't want the right man because the right man never come looking like the kind of man them where you used to, or the kind of man them that tickles your fancy, turn you on and them kind of something there. So the brother said XYZ. But before we get into all that, what the brother said, I didn't lose my train of thought. Before we get into all that, I have to do this. Me say, yo, oh, I hear this, oh, I hear this. Man, look at God, look at timing, look at everything. Me no know, me no know. Me say, who did I hate from morning? You see, that this ain't your year. You have to go hate a little bit less and start wish people good more. Cause watch this miracle. Watch this right here. I don't even know how to say it. Y'all see the headline for the channel? Scotch Bonnet and Time. Patricia Jackson. Scotch Bonnet and Time is the channel. Shout out to her. She's been trying to help me for the longest. She even was like, Soflo, I will walk you through it. If you need help, I'm like, Yeah, I'm stuck in my ways. I'm not a techie, I don't know, but I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Damn, I didn't know you went live this morning. I got no notification. Dainty, Lord of mercy. We were live for over 2 hours already, Dainty. Yeah. The Buffalo Soldier says StreamYard, I believe you place it inside of your chat to allow someone to join in to be live, but it can still be seen and viewed later on YouTube. So y'all remember when we had Mr. What him politician man name again? Mr. Patterson. When we had Mr. Patterson on, when we were, he described to us, or he explained to us, the two political parties in Jamaica, and that they're basically two sides of the same coin because they're run by the same entities, etc. We were using StreamYard then, and see, we were able to get Mr. Patterson in. So we might have to go use it. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Hello.
I'm in Miami. Where are you?
Yo, man, excited, you're
I'm
free.
in Miami. Where are you? And Bristol, pull up. It's a moment. Lifestyle.
Pay attention, the man.
He's pulling up once more. Folks.
Watch what go on now. Who y'all ain't catching it? I wonder if I be old people me have fun alive. I'll be here meet me by the river people in here. I'll be here touch people in here. You don't know
I'm
what?
in Miami. Where are you? And Bristol, pull up. It's a moment.
Well, let's see who that.
Lifestyle. He's pulling up once more. Folks.
That's Poppy. How will you get that new clocks, the daddy? Remember, Cartel is in Miami, Popcaan.
I'm in Miami. Where are you? And Bristol, pull up. It's a moment.
The place done.
Lifestyle.
The place done.
Once more, folks.
The place done.
I'm in Miami.
The place
Where
done.
are you? And Bristol, pull up. It's a moment. Lifestyle. He's pulling up once more, folks. I'm in
So
Miami.
now look for see.
Where are you? And Bristol, pull up. It's a moment. I'm in Miami.
Me I wonder still, how come nobody else no catch on to this yet? You know what I mean? This is
I'm in Miami. Where are you? And Bristol, pull up. It's a moment.
remember, the man that fly out and tell nobody, You see? Remember Buju Banton, how Buju fly out, and Buju didn't say a word. Buju never said, I'm working on my visa. Things are looking good, like it's about to come through for me. I could be in the United States of America soon. Buju never say a thing. The only thing you saw was Buju Banton sitting in Miami next to DJ Khaled, and I recognized the background because Miami look a certain way. And I'm like, he in Miami for real. Same thing for Cartel, same thing for Bounty Killer. Bounty, you just seen him on a private jet. Next thing you see him over DJ Khaled's place, right? So I'm wondering if I the same thing with Poppy. I'm in Miami. Where are you? Or is this he just playing games? Watch
I'm
out.
in Miami.
We can't bother,
I'm in Miami. Where are?
No, I could say this is from a reputable source. However, if he must say he's in Miami, but he's not, and he's just playing, that would be a whole nother issue. That would be a whole nother issue. But Popcaan, if you reach a Miami, we're happy for you, G. Yeah, because you are a missing part of the puzzle. You understand? It would be messed up that he wasn't there for both Epic Nights. Well, he was, but Vybz Kartel actually FaceTimed him while he was on stage live at the Barclays. So but it would have been different if he was actually there. We're gonna see how things. I'm in Miami. Where are you? It's a lifestyle moment. Pull up. Oh, ah, Night TV Lifestyle says D. Okay, so I wasn't the only one that didn't get one on YouTube. YouTube is tripping. YouTube hasn't been putting out our notifications for the longest. And like I said before, I feel like it's a sabotage thing, but because the more I ask them to help me with it, is the more I get no help for it. But you can't talk bad about the boss because that's a part of your contract. So we don't have nothing bad to say. We just have to deal with what we have, be thankful we're allowed to do it, and keep on building with what we got, right? All right. Bin Laden woman affect him in colorful way, LOL. Bin Laden woman affect him in a colorful way. What that mean, Beast Boy? Let's get into what we were talking about before we ended this video, though. Before we were rudely interrupted. So, I was talking. The question was, do y'all believe in marriage still? And we went a long ways talking a whole bunch of other stuff. You have to go catch it on the next video till we got to the part about uh, maturity. And you just have to be ready for marriage. The statistic says 60%. Let me see it. 60% of marriages that are done today will fail within the next 10 years, and another 20% will fail in the not in the following 20 years, or at the following 20-year point. That means at 10 first, by 20 years past, 80% of marriages will fail that are done today. So it's only a 20% survival rate you have if you're getting married for your marriage to survive. And I was saying that, when you're not ready, you're not ready. And like the marriage counselor was saying, we train for everything that we're trying to do. But the hardest thing that we will ever have to do, or one of the hardest things we'll ever have to do, we just jump right in. We don't train for it. So there's training that needs to be done, because marriage is a thing like this. If you're not ready for it, you should just never do it. This is where I can't understand. I can't understand when we got to a place where people take vows. Me take vows seriously. This is where I can't understand, where you take vows before God and man, and you just frivolously break them vows there because you're just not feeling it anymore, because the sparks have gone, because I'm not as excited. I don't know. Them things that you gotta watch out for. But again, so I'm in Negril specifically. Stone Love Sound a string up a Jamaica me there. Walked on the beach, say we are go beach, and end up walking right into a live session getting ready to take place. See? Nice bar, beachfront view. It's on one of my vlogs, but this is the part that you didn't see. So I'm talking to my sisters on here and I'm saying, listen, sometimes the funny underneath is stop do them things here. One of the things you need to stop do is, I'm waiting for God to send me the right man. Ain't no right man. The right man is who you're gonna make the right man. You understand? God done sent you the right man quite a few times already, and you send with the right man. And you take on wrong man, and that's why you end up back where going through. That's why you end up going through another breakup and looking for your next man in the next relationship, because every time God said, God is trying to save you. God is looking at you as his child saying, Lisa, this the third one. I keep sending them. You keep sending them away and choosing, something else that's not for you. So if you are there as one of those women telling yourself you're waiting for the right man, you have to go change up some things about the man where you look for God to send. Because the right man is probably not going to come looking like how you want right man to look. He probably ain't gonna be dressed like how you like. You like sneakers, you like shoes, you like, modern up to times expensive things. He probably show up in some Jesus sandals. You like long pants, and probably show up in a shorts. You like a six-pack pan in belly, and probably show up with a little pudge, a round belly, maybe even a big belly. Yeah? You like man with a flat chest, well carved up, and probably show up look like he need a small brassiere. You don't know. I'm just saying he ain't gonna look like what you think he's supposed to look like. But he is coming with all that is required for you to live a happy life with the person who was sent to love you and protect you and care for you and build with you and live out your marriage vows and honor those things in the sight of God and man. But you're going to reject him. See? So I'm at the beach. And the lady, me not lie no, I one of the first big woman I look on her actually say, "Earth fire." You know, she look big. She big enough. She big. She big. She look like me would have need help with her, but probably would have tried still. Anyhow, there's a brother at the end of the counter. She pick up her drink. She pop her drink top and she's drinking it. The brother said, "Beg you some now." Here are. I can't look upon you and tell say you is a 9 to 5 man. Me not like 9 to 5 man. A gunman me love. So the brother said, "Oh, that you say gunman." She said, "Yeah." And don't judge me neither. Gunman me love. Something about gunman will just do it for me. Me can't take good boy like Uno. Me can't look upon you and just tell say, you're not my type. You know, you're good. Me hurt you. That's what she said to him. She said, me will hurt you. And when she said me will hurt you, I was like, is she talking about like me will cheat upon you or hurt you or me will fight you and hurt you? Come here, I tell you, she looked like the type where we fight tough. She was like, me will hurt you. Me like man we can, you know me I said, them have to rough. Them have to can, grab me or so and drape me up and so the man I said upon the end I said, them me no can do all that, mama. It was that me no can do all that, mama. Me can grab you up and drape you up. She said, yeah, but you're not my type. Me can't tell you soft. That's how she's treating the brother at the end. Now, she treat the brother like this. Oh, she knows say no God send this man. God send the man for you. Gotta try to tell yourself to go away from the gunman them. And you know the funny thing is, I don't remember if wifey was there. Or me did go tell her. We were there together, but I don't remember if she walked down to the water yet or she was still there. Because I remember us having a discussion about this and she was saying, the same thing when me did I said, like that girl that looked hurt. She looked like she been through a lot. A lot of gunman went up in that the whole day already, mess up our emotions. Remember the last video we were talking about, in case you're off base, is about don't give yourself away so much that you end up being done out. And when we say done out, we're not talking about like when Jamaican cuss you and say you're underneath, done out. We are talking about done spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, done. A lot of people deplete themselves for the wrong people, and then when the right person presents themselves, you don't have nothing to give them. Not a thing. You can't, because you mash up and done by all the wrong people. So I remember her, and I'm thinking to myself, she mash up and done by all the wrong people, and she's still looking for all the wrong people. But I bet you, when the wrong people hurt her, she always go and go cry. And say something like, God, why you can't just send me the right man? Why you can't just send me a good man? But listen what you tell a good man when good man present themselves to you. Me don't want you. Me can't look upon you and tell say you're not my type. Me will hurt you. You're a 9 to 5 man. Me don't like 9 to 5 man. Me like gunman. Yeah, gunman me love. Me like man where my man them have to rough. Me like man that can't choke me up so and me I say talk to me rough and them thing there. And all the man I tried. After she said that to him, I said to come did it, me I watch them conversation. It's happening right in front of me. I saw them brawling at Jamaica, right? I'm saying to myself after that, brother, stop trying. Stop trying. Then hear me and myself now, me I say, Ross, watch the man you invite pain and suffering in our life. Imagine if you all go breed, she and she decide to have the picnic. So me I look at the two of them and go back and forth, Cause him over there talk about, but me no can try, mama. We can do it, And she said, no, we can look at you and tell say, me will hurt you. No hurt you. You're not my type. You're soft. You're soft. And you still a try. And you still a try. So the message is that's what you do to the man them where God sent. Even after you pray to God, so if he send you a good man. Back to the original question now where we just asked in the beginning, if you still believe in marriage. If I should pose that question to myself, that answer from me would be, I'm perplexed about it. Seeing what it has turned out to be today is not what it used to be in years gone by. Yeah. A lot of people like to downplay our ancestors, like my grandparents right here, so over me, Miss Ruby and Mas Clevie and these people. Oh, your grandmother stayed just because she couldn't do any better. Because back in her time, because back in her time, the woman had to depend on the man and the woman had to do this and had to do. No. Uh-uh. Be no for a fact. So this woman laid the law down. That man here, him decide, say, you know what? I realize, say, me I going to lose this good woman. So, me I going to better myself. Facts. It wasn't no signs of the times and she couldn't do better and had to stay with him and all these other things. So we need to stop put that spin upon the thing too. Some people existed before that are exactly like this. Me no want no whole heap of man in me. Or me no want no whole heap of woman. Me and my person, and we are gonna build life. Them they were together for life. Met young, married young, died at 95 and 96 years old, 1 year apart from each other. It's like him couldn't live without him wife. She go out first, the man go right after her. And I knew he wasn't gonna be around long after she left. I just could have feel it that him not gonna be around long after she left. I was at her funeral and him looked for me and him said, boy, Ruby God left with boy. And he had that look like I want to go now too, wherever she is at. I want to lay down now and give up the ghost now so I can go there which part she there. Can't get there in this body. And I was like, damn, but they led by example. There were people out there who actually thought that. Remember when I told y'all when all of us were gathered around them and my grandfather looked at my grandmother and said, Miss Ruby, the union has been fruitful. This is somebody when know what them did not do and no accident. Them same people I used to tell me stuff like Rolling Stone, gather no mass, and these kind of things. You understand? When you have build your foundation, you have to, them kind of something there. You can't build foundation and run up and down all over the place. And these kind of things. So you have to understand, say, there are people out there with that mindset and they are built for marriage or they make themselves built for marriage, even if they weren't before. It don't have nothing to do with no right person, wrong person. It has to do with two people wanting to do life together. Yeah. And wanting to do life together with all the things that come with it. Like Tommy Lee said the other day, yo, someone just run round. That's why I'm done out. So Tommy Lee Sparta. Yeah, war pot get bubbly, circuit Tommy Lee said, yo, someone just run, and before you know it, done out. Go find somebody and get miserable with, man. Find somebody to be miserable with. And when him said me laughing up, I said, go find somebody to be miserable with. I mean, I said, at first initial was, you know, I'll be miserable with nobody I rotted. Life too short. Happiness must be constant. That's a Ross illusion. You have to find somebody where you can be miserable with and still know say your person that. Right? Me actually run there argue about some foolishness. Me don't know. Me just can't wait for the argument to be done. Call me, never remember what we did argue about. And them kind of attitude there. But then say, me not gonna know it. Cause right that's my thing there. So it's bad now, it's gonna get good later. Right? We have to find somebody if you're gonna be miserable with my friend. He never tell a lie. It's true. It's true. It's true. So back to what the marriage counselor was saying. The marriage counselor was like, yo, we train for everything. Where's the training for marriage? Marriage is like one of the hardest things you'll ever do in this life. Maybe if it was put to us like that from the beginning, we would have thought twice before doing it and then having to do it over again and do it over again. Look good when you have to do it over and do it over and do it over again. Because how many rotted time you are going to take vows before God and man and talk about this must last forever and then you break it and go on to one next one, broke that and gone to one next one. And one time you're supposed to do that. Once. See? So my message or my message to those who are not married yet and are thinking about it, are those who are divorced from a marriage. For those who are divorced from a marriage, can't find a divorce from a marriage and can't find out what you do wrong in it. Maybe you're one of those kind of persons who are like everything is somebody else, nothing is ever me. Well, my message to you this morning is this: everything that has happened to you in your life had something to do with you contributing to that happening in your life. Everything. Me not talk about when we get molested or every. Me talk about as an adult when you made a choice to go into a relationship and the relationship end up get frig up. Everything that happened had something to do with you. So until you take that responsibility, don't run into our next marriage because you're gonna run into our next divorce too. All right. The union of marriage, the sanctified union of marriage, is nothing to be played with. If we want to stay out there and have a whole heap of people and say we're single, then you can do that too. Your life to live. You take that up with God. Me not be a judge. But if you're gonna do the marriage thing, it's gonna require a mindset that is mature. It's gonna require a mindset that is disciplined. Discipline, one big part. Remember the businessman that said they don't do business with men who cheat on their wives. I think it was a Chinese businessman that first said that. And then me see one black man from Atlanta do one video upon it and say him follow them the principle too. And he's pretty prominent in the business world, right? So we don't ever do business. First of all, they only do business with married men at their level. And they never do business with a man that cheats on his wife. The host was like, why? What, like, elaborate, explain. He said, you done went into a church. You done took a vow for life. Even if you didn't go into church, you done took a vow for life. This is before God and man. This is who you're supposed to protect and provide for and cherish and all these things. That woman then gave you your children. You could look at your babies and see you and her. You done got life again. Be back on earth. Watch yourself grow all over again. Many opportunities to get it right, depending on how many children she gave you. And you backstab her. What you think you would do to me? Me and you don't have them kind of deep connections, and you hurting her. Imagine when she finds out. You are willing to sacrifice your whole marriage, your whole relationship for a little extra something on the side. That tells us you're not loyal. You're not to be trusted. So we don't do business with guys like those. And we vet everybody we do business with. They actually put private investigators on people that they do business with just to see where they're going with it. These people negotiate multi-million dollars and billion-dollar contracts, right? And I'm like, damn, that's deep. That is friggin' deep on a business level. So I said, discipline. This is going to take discipline. Imagine, they have a saying, right, that says, if you want to see what a man truly is, give him money. Give him lots of money. Because when man broke, ain't too much temptation there. First of all, half of the people them don't want him, who are going to want him later. If you want to see a man's true character, give him a whole heap of money. He's loyal to anybody who will scrape him up and sacrifice time to be with him and nurture him to grow. And, and I tell them that people that know, I appreciate you. I love you, man. Every step of the success way. Wait till he hit the big one at the top. His true character about to come out. Is he a cheater? Is he about to ruin his whole marriage because there's so much ass and titties around? Is he the kind of person who has no discipline whatsoever? He was just waiting for the moment. Is he about to turn his back on and betray the woman who was there when them did a sleep apartment floor? When they get your first little apartment together and not even have bed yet. And you have to spread blanket on the hard tile and pillow and sleep on floor till you buy your first bed set. Them something there. She was there from then. Watch where Mago Dasha went now. Watch where he's going to be disloyal to her at now. Money. If you want to see the true character of a man, give him money. That is why those guys at the top say, you like that? We can't do no business with you. Matter of fact, the guy said, I don't care what kind of links he has or how much we can get profit from what business we could do with them. If that's his character, we don't do business with them because we're going to end up losing in the end. That's where he said, me and you don't have those kind of ties. That's deep ties. We don't have them ties. So if she can't trust you, why should we? And then we about to trust you with like millions of dollars. Makes sense. So discipline you're gonna need if y'all gonna do marriage. Listen to me, or don't ever try this rotted again. A lot of you in here said you believe in marriage. Okay, that tells me that if the opportunity presents itself, you're going to walk into it. Remember, I told you this today, April 15th of 2025. Do not do it. Look yourself in the mirror when nobody else is around. Do an honest evaluation of yourself. Talk to yourself. Nobody else know did it. Am I a flirty kind of person? You know your raw self. You know yourself. Everybody act like them don't know themselves. Everybody know themselves, right? Talk to yourself honestly. Am I a flirty person? Am I the kind of person who can't control myself? I slip up and do things. Am I the kind of person who would jeopardize my marriage in order to? Nobody go fool yourself and tell yourself about, yeah, me a whore and tour right now, but if me get married, no, it stop. Marriage ain't gonna let you stop. Marriage is not enough to stop you from continuing to whore and tour. You have to have the discipline without marriage to left the lifestyle there alone. Ain't no ring on no finger ever stop nobody from going on no hole. You hear me? Right. So you have to go discipline yourself. This is where discipline is gonna come in. You're gonna have to be real honest with yourself. Are you ready for this? Are you truly ready for this? Is a yes or a no to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If you lie to yourself, I promise you, you're going to feel it on the other end. Because whatever you invest in is going to fail. And it's going to fail after you invested way too much in it. And there you go, being damaged again. Everybody who's been in a relationship where they invested and gave up themselves so much, you friggin' hurt when it's over with. I don't care how much you try to put on a stone face and talk about, well, I guess, life goes on. It's over, it's over. Yeah, right. Not if you were in it. Not if you were in it. If you did enter that Ross, you scarred for years to come. It's people right now in new marriage right now still hurting from old relationship them did before the new marriage. Them just a pretend say it no mean nothing to them and this is my person and this is where I'm at. They still trying to get over. So again, if y'all gonna feel like y'all gonna go down the marriage road there, I want you remember me tell you say, go in the mirror when nobody else is around and have an honest conversation with yourself like a mad somebody. Cause them say if you're mad, you talk to yourself, right? Well, this is the time you're gonna have to talk to yourself and answer your own questions. Am I built for this? Am I the kind of person that's willing to wake up next to the same person through all their changes? What if them get fat? I mean, I like fat people, What if them get too skinny? I mean, I like skinny people, What if them turn into somebody I completely don't like? What if XYZ? You have to go have that conversation there. Live on the air with SoFlo. Good morning.
Oh,
Morning, family. How you doing?
fine.
All right. Talk to him.
You're having a wonderful conversation this morning.
Ah,
I love it. I love you, man. I just love you right now.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Listen, keep doing what you're doing.
All right.
And
I
I
appreciate you.
love this topic this morning on marriage.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I've been married twice
You've been married twice.
to the same man.
Oh, damn. How that go?
Yeah. So Flo,
Uh,
twice to the same man.
how that goes? How did that
And we've
happen?
been together for 43 years.
Did y'all just decide to renew your vows while you?
No so Flo.
Well, tell me now. I'm waiting to hear how that went. How you end up? Wait, did y'all leave and come back to each other and remarried?
Yes, we got divorced.
Oh wow! Oh wow! You got divorced
And
and remarried each
yeah,
other.
let me give you 5 minutes if you can.
Please, please.
Because I think you brought up this topic this morning. Like you said, when women ask for a good man,
Mm-hmm.
they ask God for a good man. and God sent them one,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's vice versa too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I met this
Absolutely.
man when I was 18 years old, 2 weeks from turning 19.
Mm.
He's Jamaican.
All right.
And I was working at a travel agency.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to Jamaica. He came in and paid for a ticket, but he didn't pay me for the ticket. He paid the other worker. The other worker stole the money and left. He never got a ticket. So he walked in with his receipt and he presented the receipt to me and said, I'm here to pick up my ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the drawer and I said, there's no ticket. So I had to call my boss. I'm going to cut long story short.
Take your time. Take your time. Just give it to us.
And he got the ticket. I had to get a whole new ticket for him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we started exchanging photos. I had a daughter who was 4 months and a half old.
4 months.
Yeah. And he had a daughter, I think she was like 5, 6. And his daughter was in Jamaica, I was here. Now, we had a whole conversation. He had the business number.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, I'm going to give you a call later. Because thank you so much, for helping me to get my ticket and stuff like that. This man got to a block from the business, got on a payphone and called me right now. And I can see him on the payphone from where he was. And I said, but you said you're going to call me later.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the payphone and I can see you. And he started laughing.
They didn't even get far.
He didn't get far.
Style.
Now, he was leaving the next day, which was
Mm-hmm.
a Thursday. And I'm 18 years old.
Right, right,
I'm
right.
a young girl.
Young, yeah.
I start jumping out. Oh, I just found a new boyfriend. I got a boyfriend. And he's going to Jamaica tomorrow. So I got to wait until he gets back, like in 3 weeks. No, understanding when he got back,
Mm-hmm.
and after we started talking, he couldn't wait to get back, and I couldn't wait for him to get back. My daughter is 4.5 months old.
Mm-hmm.
We started dating. He came here we came here a year apart because I live in Pennsylvania. We live in the U.S.
Right.
And we started dating. I asked him if he had someone. He said he had a friend. This is what he said.
He had a friend.
He had a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and it was an American. I'm from the Caribbean too, and it's not anything serious. So I said, okay, we need to talk about this because if you have someone and you're saying it's a friend and it's an American, but that's not what you're looking for, then what are you looking for? He's looking for a Caribbean woman. Okay, fine. So I asked him to meet my mom, and he decided, okay, he's gonna meet my mom. And he knew I had a 4.5-month-old baby,
Mm-hmm.
and he told my mom he's interested. And I met his mom and his sister and his brothers. So he was really into getting into a relationship.
Right. Because you want to meet your family and all this.
Right. But there was something else that I didn't know until after.
Mm-hmm.
The lady who said was his friend, he had a baby with her. He didn't say anything to me.
Oh. Damn.
It's after he came back and he started saying to me that he had a baby with her and he didn't know how to tell me.
Minor detail, right? Minor detail.
Right. But I said to him, I have a baby too. And he already had another daughter in Jamaica. Well, fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
The lady kept constantly wanting to be in his life because of the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And that started causing some conflict. Well, he's Jamaican. I'm not judging him. A lot of people think all Jamaicans are the same, but they're not.
You know.
And he kept saying to me, "You're the one I want to get married to. Don't worry about this lady with the baby. You're going to be my wife." It ended up, we did get married.
Mm.
After we got married,
This time you're 18 still?
no, I was,
Time had passed.
yes, time had passed about 5 years
Okay.
during that time.
It's about 24, 25 now.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was in the union, which was a local union. Then he got into the international union. He's an electrician.
Mm.
This man do not make joke money.
Right.
Okay.
He's a journeyman.
Yes, his pension is 5 times 10 people.
Right.
And why I'm saying this to you is because you said when you ask God for something good, which is a husband,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't understand. No, God takes you in different journeys.
Mm-hmm.
Get what I'm going to say to you. He will take you out of a journey to fix certain things, and he will bring you back if you're obedient.
No, I think we take ourselves off the path and he brings us back if we're obedient. Because sometimes
Well,
we don't listen, so we stray and then we are guided back. See,
well,
you know the part where they say God is not the author of confusion? Or listen, that path is straight. And sometimes we want to do the whiny stuff. So we want to go take a detour, see something over here, not
right.
understanding yeah, God don't have nothing to do with that. God loves us
No,
and is still guiding us though, and is trying to put you back on that path. So you can
well,
stray, but you'll get
why
brought back.
reference that?
Mm-hmm.
Reference that as my part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he stepped out of the marriage, he had to go through a whole long journey to realize the wife he always had
Mm-hmm.
is the wife that he always
Wanted
will
and
be
should have had.
having for the rest of his life.
Mm.
This man went and got remarried,
Mm.
had 2 children
Mm.
in the marriage.
Wow.
Okay?
So he
And
lived a whole different life
he lived a whole different life. We had 4 children.
and that popped up.
We had 4 children. End up having 5,
Hmm.
which included my daughter at 4.5 years old.
Right.
Okay?
That's between y'all. Just between you guys.
Just between myself and him.
So and that's in
5
your
children.
marriage.
Yes, that's in our marriage.
Oh, y'all was busy. Okay. It was fruitful. And then divorce.
Then we got divorced.
Damn.
But
Got divorced because he was stepping out?
yes,
There you go.
that divorce because he was stepping out.
There you go.
He went through a whole journey. The lady that he stepped out with,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the lady. She came from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
A friend was staying with us, and we put her up in the house. She was homeless. She didn't have anywhere to go. He went with her. She had no papers, and she was homeless.
And that's who he left for?
And that's who he left for.
That man probably have a savior complex too.
Now listen to this. She knew exactly what she was doing. And he got caught up in all the things that he think he wanted down the road, which I'm not gonna, be
Elaborate.
disrespectful.
Right.
But
Mm.
all the time that he worked, she knew what she was doing. She wanted his pension.
Right.
She knew he was a journeyman.
Mm-hmm.
She knew the IBW. She knew the money that he made.
She did her homework.
She did her homework.
And she set up
But
plans.
guess what? This lady here, God already did my homework.
Mm.
In the end, he had to do a divorce. He had to call me, ask me for forgiveness, which I did. I forgave him after 10 years.
That's very big of you.
I forgave him because I know the inner man within this man.
Right.
And I knew he couldn't fight without me. A lot of women might judge me for just saying that. But you have some women who cannot fight without a woman.
You, I think you knew that was your person.
He was my person, was
Yeah.
always my
I
person.
think you knew that was your person. You had compassion
Yes,
on him. You gave him the space to make mistake. And
yes.
boy, that's a big mistake though. But you gave him the space to make that mistake and to grow. And when he came to his realization, you were still ready to move on or to get back and do what, put your union back together, right?
So, Flo, it didn't matter how much. You had people who came my way,
Mm-hmm.
but I just couldn't get married. I just couldn't accept getting married. I don't know if women understand touches, feeling. When somebody has touched you, it's a spiritual thing.
See, you have that mindset though. That's the thing. You have that
Yes.
mind. Yes, there are people out there, both men and women, who don't have that mindset. So they just loosely fling their bodies to any and everybody. Or
No.
I like this guy. This girl look like this. This one, and you have a different people with that mindset that you have right there. It's hard for them to like be into many different people. Like I'm just here having fun. I'm single. I'm with
No.
X, Y, Z, and E. It's hard to do that because you're conscious of the spiritual side of that.
Yes.
Right.
I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't party.
Mm.
I stayed and I took care of my children. I went to hell. I ended up being homeless too.
Wow.
In my car with my 5 children.
Wow.
I've been through a lot. But let me tell you something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
When this man returned, I got a phone call. And this guy said to me, do you know where your husband is? I said, my husband. I said, we're not married anymore. But 2 days before, I had a vision where I jumped out my tree and I felt like he died in my body.
Hmm.
So I called my daughter. She was in Florida. And I said to her, I felt like a dad died in my body. And she's like, Mom, what are you talking about?
Wow.
I said, yes, I felt like he died. 2 days later, the guy called me and said he was having difficulties. And if somebody don't come to get him, they will have to bury him. My daughter went looking for him and she found his number in the white picture.
Mm-hmm.
So she called me back in like after midnight and said, Mom, guess who I spoke to? I said, who? Said Dad. I said, what? He hasn't spoken to the kids in years.
Damn.
Well, it ended up, he started talking to my daughter. And I told my daughter was not to give him my number.
Mm.
And he kept asking her for the number. So what my daughter did is hooked us on the phone three-way without he having my number.
Ah.
And he got on the phone and he said, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I want to come home. And two of his friends, I said, no, I'm not going to let you come home because I didn't send you anywhere. So the friends called and they begged me. And I said, talk to my daughter. I really don't want to have this conversation.
You know it's serious when the friends begging on your behalf, you know.
Huh?
You know it's serious when the friends begging on your behalf.
Yes, it was that serious.
Wow.
And it's not one, it was two. And they both came on the phone at the same time. And they begged me to come and get him. I live in Pennsylvania, he lived in New York because I had moved with the children.
Right.
And I told my daughter, I said, it's up to you if you want to give them their address. I will have him situated, but I'm not going to take him home. I will try to help.
So he was in a bad situation.
Listen, he bought a house. This man owned a house. And the daughter for the lady called the police on him. And they locked him up. My daughter called me and said, Mom, I haven't heard from Dad. I said, listen, if you didn't hear from your dad, he's in jail. So said done. After midnight, he called. He said he was locked up because they called the police on him. He couldn't go back to his house.
Out his own house.
In his own house that he bought.
He was getting punished.
Yes, he slept. Let me tell you, if I'm to really tell you this story, it will take me hours. I'm cutting short. He had to sleep at the Dunkin' Donut. He had to go from basement to basement in Brooklyn to Mount Vernon. And they kept begging me to take him and I refused. I went to Brooklyn to get my hair done. And my daughter called and asked me, Mom, can you please take this call from Dad? He needs you. He said, Dad love you and you still love Dad. And I said to my daughter, okay, I will meet him at a restaurant. I got to him in SoFlo. When I saw the man, that when you pour water on him like a duck, it will just rub off. It was a man that was totally destroyed.
Damn.
The man had on like a woman in some shirt. His face was bumps, his head. Listen.
Wow.
I started to cry. And I said, look at the man that I want to receive back to the man that I sent out.
And you never sent him nowhere.
And I never sent him anywhere.
Yeah, he was getting his lessons.
So, Flo? When I got back to Pennsylvania, the two friends went bought him some underwear, some socks, t-shirt, took him to the bus and sent him to me. He came with a bottle of Jamaican white rum, Red Nephew, and a plastic bag. When I got to the terminal to pick him up, he looked at me and he said, Jerry, you really come to pick me up?
Oh, God.
I said, stay there in the bus terminal, I'm gone. And he looked at me and said, no, no, no. I just really want to know if you come to pick me up.
Couldn't believe it.
He couldn't believe I came to pick him up. He came in the vehicle and I took him home. I made sure he got a shower.
It's getting hot in my eyeballs. I'm feeling. I'm
And
feeling.
let me tell you
What
something.
a story.
He didn't see my son in over 10 years.
Mm,
My son was like 22, 23. My daughter was like 18. They were up in age. And only my daughter knew he came. The other children didn't know. Would you believe that?
mm-hmm.
He's walking on the main street, and my son and his friends are driving in his car. And his friend said to him, they stopped at the light. He said, that man they're walking, they look like you.
Mm,
My son turned and said, that's my dad.
wow.
And he picked him up and took him where he was going. I
Give,
was at work
give him a ride.
and he called me. And he said, gee, guess what? I said, who? He put my son on the phone and started crying.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I had to take care of him. I had to clean him. I had to wash him. I had to feed him. He had no job. I had to work until the union gave him a job back. 6 months. He had to go to court for 2 years until they dropped the case. And I had to take him back and forth, yeah, my daughter.
Mm,
I'm cutting the story short, so slow.
mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. I've been through everything that you can imagine with him. But at the end, I stood with him to that divorce.
Mm.
And that lady never get one dime from his pension. The
No.
only thing that she received
Mm-hmm.
was the house. We bought our own house. We got remarried. And so right now,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to lose that house.
Damn.
The house is still in his name. She cannot refinance the house. The house was over $1 million.
Mm.
And she cannot refinance. And she do have a job.
Wow.
Nothing that this man had,
Mm-hmm.
she got.
You know, what's crazy is you didn't. So when it was time for you to like go pick him up and rekindle and start all this, it, it wasn't even like he was on a high and he was rolling and doing super good in life. So people can't even use that against you and say, yeah,
No,
you went back for the money. You went back because he was doing
no.
so.
I didn't go
You had
back
to
for
bring you
any
had to
money.
nurse that man back, really.
I didn't go back for any money.
You had we know that now. You had to nurse him back, really. You brought
Yes,
him back to life.
yes.
That's your man. That's your person.
And let me tell you something. The blessing that God gave me for this.
Mm, I could only imagine. I can only imagine because what you just described to me is probably a 1% of women out there that would actually do all that. 1% that would actually do all that.
I
So
love
yeah,
him. And I
I,
will always love him.
I bet he's saying more than that too. He knows now for sure. I'm talking
Listen,
like I know him, but I'm betting he knows now for sure.
listen, so close. He's still trying his little things around the place.
Mm,
But guess what? This time he know where home is. This
Indeed.
time he knows who is his wife and
Indeed.
where his heart is.
Indeed. Indeed.
He know I will take care of him no matter what.
Mm.
No relationship is perfect.
None.
It's been 42 years.
Jeez.
Let me
What?
tell you something. We just came back from Africa.
Mm.
We're building a house in Ghana.
Y'all building a house in Ghana?
Yes.
Oh wow.
And we have properties here too.
Oh wow.
I made sure I put all his money to use and he
Wow.
can see where his money is.
Mm.
He know his wife always have.
Yes. Yes.
Always.
That's what a good woman does. She multiplies that man.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I said, I don't know how many people get his pension,
Mm, mm,
but
mm.
I had to do everything for him to get that pension.
Right. So that is your work, you know. That is your work. That's see, okay, so I have this part where I talk to people and I say stuff like, you see when some women like go super crazy on you, like when you're trying to impose on their relationship on your husband, a lot of the times it's because of how much that woman has invested in that relationship and in that man she calls her husband.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, it ain't even so much about oh, just oh, he went and sleep with Sonia or he went and sleep with Joyce. It ain't just the sleep with part. It's how much she has invested.
Invested a
You
whole
invested
lot.
a lot. You
So I cut the story short. I've invested.
Anthony Vaz says you're one in a million, and you are because like I said, you're a one percenter. Nobody, I don't know of any other story like this. You are a one percenter. Wow. You
I
deserve
sit every
everything
day.
that you get that's good out of this. But you
So
went through it to get it, right?
you want me to tell you something good that I got out of all this?
Hmm.
Patience.
Hmm.
I got patience.
Wow.
I got to know who I'm really am.
Who you really are.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to know that I'm so strong that I don't think anything can break me.
Hmm.
And I go crazy on him sometimes.
You
Because
know
you
what?
still have that little thing back in you.
You know what? At this point, after what I've heard, you have every right to. Yeah, you have every right to. And he should. If you go crazy on him, he should just know how to deal with that. Yeah, that's where that's at for him. I'm sure he knows
Sometimes he
that now,
stays
though,
quiet.
as he should,
Sometimes he stays quiet.
as he should.
Sometimes he be like, "Gee, you're not in, you're not in."
I saw.
It's a good nag,
Mm.
you know.
Why?
Actually, I was driving,
Mm-hmm.
and I had my phone on the seat, and your show popped up, and I just pressed the button, and I pulled over on park.
I said, let you give us this testimony, eh?
Yes.
Boy,
And I thank God.
indeed, we too.
And he's 6 years older than I am.
He is how many?
6.
6 years older.
Yes.
Okay.
And he retired. And I'm taking an early retirement now.
Mm-hmm.
And, we travel, we go anywhere, we do what we have to do. And it feels good.
Yes.
It feels good.
This is the reaping the reward stages.
Yes.
Yes. I
And
can
the
feel
young
it.
lady that who we had put up,
Mm-hmm.
I took care of her.
Oh wow.
I gave her room, food. I gave her money sometimes to buy things. And
Yo, I don't know if you hear my wife around the corner. She said, "You good like gold."
it's not like it's not good like gold.
Boy.
But when you're accustomed taking care of people
Mm-hmm.
and you have a good heart, what are you supposed to do?
Mm.
You know,
That's you
not
at that's
knowing
you
what she
at the
was going to
core.
do.
That's you at the core of who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my husband always said, I'm going to sit in. He said, look what pussy does get you.
Ah, boy. he learned
You
a
know?
hard lesson though.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you went through it too though in the process.
I went so far. That's only a skim of what I went through.
Mm.
It's only a little bit I gave this testimony. And if I'm ready to stay on the phone and give you this full testimony, you should better go for another 2 hours.
Lord of mercy.
But just give time.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, I had to go out the country for like 5 years
Which
during the time for me to catch myself.
you went back to the islands?
Yes.
Okay.
I went
Reset.
to Canada for a year. I studied culinary. And then I went back to the island, took my children with me.
The people in the comment section want to know where you're from.
I really don't want to say where I'm from.
Okay. Cause that could zero in the whole story. To yeah. I get it. I
I
get
don't
it.
want to say where I'm from, but I'm from one of the small islands.
Okay.
And I don't know
She
if
a
you can.
Caribbean girl too. She's a Caribbean.
Huh?
No, I'm telling the audience. I say you're a Caribbean girl too.
Yes, I'm Caribbean.
Yes.
And my husband is Jamaican.
I,
And I'm going to say this to the audience. Not because someone do you wrong, you have to turn around and do them wrong.
mm,
Because sometimes my grandmother used to say, there's always a little bit in something to get out of something bad, you'll get something good.
mm-hmm.
Okay? And I was young. And when he met me, and Joe had a baby, I knew nothing about sex.
Mm,
There's a whole different part to that story.
right.
And he took care of me. He showed me how to have sex. He showed me everything that I know today.
Mm,
So what I said when I touch, people don't understand a touch.
mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Is that when somebody, I'm not going to use the word groom, but that sexual intercourse when you're young, not knowing how to do things, what things about. And he was 6 years older than me. And he's Jamaican.
Like your teacher then.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you didn't want anybody else to really handle you after that. Like,
Right.
okay, get it. I get it.
So I grew into that.
Okay.
And calling me on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
so phone,
Yes, ma'am.
just imagine. We call each other from outside.
Mm.
And my husband was saying to me, gee, me nobody to take my advice on the phone, you done with already. Hey, it's a
Yeah.
relationship that we have.
Right.
You know?
Uh,
So the kids don't have anything to say. I never told them anything bad of what he did,
mm-hmm.
and put them against him. He didn't knew he left. He came back, and they have a good relationship.
You're a Proverbs woman.
you know.
It's simply put, you're a Proverbs woman.
I try.
Oh
My
boy.
my mom only had one husband, and I saw how my mom treated my dad.
Mm,
So that's the way I treat my husband. My
mm.
husband, I cook, I serve him,
Mm-hmm.
I take in his clothes, he takes them mine. We do things for together.
Right.
Everything is not perfect. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but the majority of our life is good. My husband has no finances.
He don't.
He'll ask me, "Gee, can I have this? Gee, how much is there?" If someone calls the house for anything, he said, "Gee, I don't know anything about that."
Mm,
He makes decisions, yes.
right.
If whatever big decisions we get together, we make decisions. But he leaves the majority of it to me because he knows where I put investments.
Mm-hmm.
It's really investments,
Right.
and we do what we have to do.
He can trust you like that.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not saying that he will do his wrong to me, but I forgive him.
Right.
I'm not holding it against him.
And you're not one of them who say you forgive, but you keep throwing it back in his face every time anything happen, or you're not doing.
No,
I'm not thinking you're doing that, right?
no. We had this conversation, and it happened a couple times. I
Right.
don't think it didn't. It did.
Right.
Not gonna lie, it did because it took a while to get out of me
Right.
for all the things that he did
Mm.
wrong.
That's understandable. You're human. You're
Yes,
human. But you had to get to the point where you're like, okay, this is going to be destructive and not
yes,
progressive, right? If you keep on doing that.
yes.
Right.
You know, and I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm happy. 42 years,
And y'all have a story to tell for each other. See,
10 years apart,
mm-hmm.
divorced, and got married again.
And got married again.
And let me tell you something. Think the sex was good at 18?
Mm.
I'm 62. In the next couple 2 weeks, I'll be 62. I look like I'm 40.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. When that sex starts,
No.
like, oh God, gee.
No. With
It's like we just knowing each other again.
what? So,
Yeah.
so you said no is good.
Yes.
Boy.
Because I was learning at 18.
Mm-hmm. The
Now I'm
intimacy.
mature at 62.
Oh God.
But now I kill it though.
Boy. Oh,
I
I'm
go
loving this.
upstairs
I'm loving
and I
this.
hope my husband eyes. So let's go.
Ah.
I'm upstairs and I call his phone downstairs.
Uh,
I said, I need you upstairs now.
on my way. Lord.
And we
This,
have no babies.
emptiness.
Our children are grown. The last is 25. The
Oh
oldest
man.
is 40.
Oh man. Y'all put the work
So,
in, and now it's that time. Now it's that
yes,
time for y'all. Yes,
yes.
yes, 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 yes,
We travel, you know, and we
yes.
decide we're going to live in Ghana though.
Mm,
So we built, and we're still building because we're going to do some Airbnbs there and some business and stuff like that.
right.
So we just came back from Ghana for 2 months and we'll be out again.
Man.
So I will get you off the air.
All right. All right. All right. And may y'all
I was
listen,
going to
listen,
ask you.
listen. I appreciate you greatly for sharing the story with us. You inspired many people this morning with your story. And you know what? On top of that, may y'all continue to be blessed. May y'all continue to be together. May y'all you. I know it's gonna happen for y'all anyways because I could tell. You've been talking for quite some time. I could tell the kind of person you are. Your personality shines through. You know, good
Thank
person all
you.
around. And man, he's a lucky man. He is
I just
absolutely
want to,
super lucky, blessed.
I just want to say to the ladies out there, don't give up on your man. Find a way.
Hmm.
There's always something good in you and that person to bring out the sunshine.
Hmm.
My husband just stand up and look at me and smile. And sometimes I just want to hold him.
Hmm.
I said, I love you so much. He said, yeah, I love you too.
So man.
You know?
Yes, yes, yes.
Take out the phone to meet me husband out. I'm away from me.
All right. Drive safe and big up yourself. All right.
I love you guys.
Love
I
you
have to
later.
join, okay?
All right.
And I have to join. I'm going to join because I definitely love some of the topics that you're bringing out.
All right.
You know, and you're doing a wonderful job.
I appreciate that. I
And
appreciate
tell
that.
your wife I said, I know she know your sweet spot, okay?
Oh God.
And y'all gonna be fine, no matter what you and Shakira go through.
Right, right.
Y'all gonna be fine. Because Shakira has something that takes you to a different level.
Yes.
Bye.
All right. Appreciate you. Bye bye.
Uh,
Lord of mercy. What a story. I'm glad I got inquisitive. Cause she's not like she never gonna tell you. But I just felt like there was something there that we needed to hear. Boy, she knock it out the park, so some man lucky man. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't even go after that story. I can't even say no more after the story. Um, but that's what I'm talking about right there, people. That's what I'm talking about right there. I call that divine intervention. So we up here talking about you have to have a mindset for it. You have to be mature enough for it, spiritually, mentally, etc. And look at that, right? We got a testimony that laid out exactly what I was trying to explain how to be, kind of thing. Why? That's how people reach them forever person, my friend. This is somebody who has done it decades now and is telling us, the journey. And what I said, go find somebody be miserable with. And then gonna be peaches and cream, and there are gonna be periods of separation and all. She just gave us everything in one. Just the whole story. Me now go after that story. I can't go after her story. I can't go after her story. I can't. Right now, I actually want to end the live so we can go listen over the story. Listen over the story again. All me gonna say to your husband is, why you got saved. You got saved. When I talk about when people go to church and say they are saved, I'm talking about you got saved in real life, saved. Yeah. I seen men mash up, I say man mash up out the road, after like them family gone and certain relationship ends for them, and y'all seen it too. We've been here on earth long enough to see it. Yeah, man, end up a rum bar, turn rummies and dead early and all kind of something. Got saved. Sometimes it's that woman. It's that woman that says no. We're gonna do this, so we're gonna put this over here, so and yeah, and nurture your back to where you can be the king that you were ordained to be. A queen to a king, man. And a king to our queen. To a queen, yes. That is that. God was with him, Audrey. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Beast Boy say a Tyler Perry movie. I feel just like that. I feel like I just got off Netflix. We just went through a whole series. Interrupted. Yo. All right, here what? I'm not gonna stay on here any longer. I will tell you that I was looking around for a confirmation, and it is confirmed that Popcorn did get his U.S. visa, and he is in the United States of America. He's in Miami to be specific. To be specific. So big up to Poppy. Shout out to Vibes Cartel and the team. And it's real. Popcorn is in the United States of America. All right. We're gonna leave it on an up note, right? That's where it's at right now. So manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in this morning. I appreciate you greatly. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the content. And I will catch you tomorrow morning. Actually, we're gonna try later live just to fine tune the StreamYard thing and make sure so that work proper. All right, so you can jump on then in case when we go live then. But sure we can elaborate a little bit just to make sure so some things, stay on a little bit, probably a 1 hour live. All right. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. Go with God. And like my grandmother said, Miss Ruby said, be good. Be good. If you can't be good, be careful. But it's best to be good. And Mas Cleavy said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare my life. I'm out. Peace.